So guys, it's Luke here of SimBoxx in association with Clint Patrick. We're down here at the People's Gym after a busy Instagram live workout for ViciousPromotions ahead of the show on April 8th. Delighted to be joined by Amy Timlin. Amy, it's been a while, how's things?
It's going well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. So, yeah, let's get straight into it. We're heading into April 8th, return to the ring, looking to get back to winning ways. You know, you had that setback in your last fight. You was fighting for the super bantamweight European title. Let's start there, actually. Let's go back to that huge opportunity on a matchroom bill that you managed Dave Caldwell, training Kieran Farrell. Yeah, take us through being on such a high-profile event, fighting for such a prestigious title. Even though it didn't go your way, the whole experience as a whole, how did you take all that in?
It was amazing, to be honest. Like, I went there 2 weeks prior to the fight as well, so it was all a massive experience for me, and I couldn't ask for anything better. Like, I know that I lost the fight, but I gained so much from that. Like, and my next fight, I'll be a better fighter from that loss. So it's all just a learning curve, and I'll come back way stronger.
Absolutely. So it's good to hear that you can take the negatives of a loss, because some people take it differently, and I think certainly boxing is a sport. Really, there's a lot of emphasis put on that. And do you believe that now you've got a motivation maybe that you didn't have before? Is it reinvigorated and relit that fire inside to get back in there on April 8th and do a job?
Yeah, since that fight I've just trained every day, like, since it, and I've been more determined. Like, I've come in here, I've not been half-hearted. I've come in here like wanting to get better, listening to Kieran more, which I probably wasn't doing beforehand, so now it's made me a better fighter, not only physically but mentally as well. So yeah, I can't wait to get back in there.
Something that I was interested to speak to you about was, as a female boxer, your record's 4 1-1. You're heading into the European title fight with a record of 3 wins and 1 draw. With that kind of record, there's not many male fighters that have jumped into fights of such prestige of a European title, and there's almost like a need for female boxers to be moved quickly, because there's not that dearth of talent for you to go out there and get regular fights, if you like, against worthwhile opposition. How do you kind of take that into your stride, and that female boxers seem to be moved at a quicker pace maybe?
Yeah, like with female boxing, I'm an example of it. You fight for 4 fights and then you get thrown into a 10-round title fight, but you can't say no either, because there's not a lot of women out there at the minute. I mean, they're coming into it, but there's not like a lot of fights that you can take, so you have to just take the opportunity, and that's what I've done. Probably a bit too fast, if I'm being honest, but I'm always that person that will just fight if I get offered it, so I need to sometimes slow down and just think, you've got time, no need to rush it. But yeah, women's boxing, it's hard to say that, because you just have to take an opportunity when it's there.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's it's something that you've been very proud of, that you're part of what's arguably the most exciting period in terms of women's boxing ever. There's some huge names, some huge fights. Of course, Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano headlining at Madison Square Garden. It's almost unheard of. So yeah, I'm sure it's a very exciting time to be a part of such a historic era of female boxing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, looking at all the women that's coming into it as well. The coming from the amateurs all the way up to the pros. I'm seeing a lot of people as well. A lot of them are turning pro now. A lot of good fighters, women. So women's boxing's booming at the minute, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
It'll be something that I'll speak to you about nearer the time. But since we've got you here, I'll put you on the spot. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Break down the fight. Give me your prediction. How do you see that going? Biggest female fight of all time, of course.
I've always been a massive fan of Katie Taylor, but 2 years ago, Amanda Serrano, she sent me a nice message, said that I'm going to be world champion. She said that in her words, and I've screenshotted it. And she said that she's watched one of my fights and I'm good and I'll be world champion. So if I'm coming off a bias point of view, I'd probably say Amanda Serrano, but she's very good as well, and I think a lot of people are overlooking her a little bit, but I think she's got a chance of beating Katie Taylor, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it promises to be a great fight. Now, switching back to your own career in camp for this fight, April 8th, you work with the likes of Brianna DeForo, young, exciting fighter. She's only 14 years of age, but she's got so much promise, and Emily Whitworth as well. And even though you're only 22, you seem to be like one of the elder stateswomen in the gym at the minute. And you're training with these girls. yeah, how do you take that into your stride? And you know, you're young yourself, but you're also helping girls younger than yourself with their careers at such an early start for them.
Yeah, we help each other out in different ways. Like Emily and Rihanna, I couldn't ask for two better training partners. Like they help me out as much as I help them out. So it's more of a teamwork type thing. Like none of us help someone out more than the other one. It's equal. So like I know that I'm professional and they're amateur, but they help me just as much as I help them, and I can't thank them enough for it. So
yeah, it's a really nice word. So you know, fingers crossed we get the win on April 8th. What does 2022 hold in an ideal world for Amy Timlin?
it's more development this year, where I can improve, and then maybe next year fight for another title. But this year is about improving as a fighter and a person, and just keep developing into a fighter that I know I can be.
Yeah, it's a really good turn. I think that's a good point to win there. So I wish you the best of luck for April 8th. You know, carry on smashing it in the gym, camp ahead of the fight, and we'll catch up on fight night.
Thank you very much.